Welcome back. Welcome back. We just watched another great in-season tournament game played by the Indiana Pacers. They look great. Tyrese looks great. It's finally his coming out party to the world. If you checked in the offseason, our second highest viewed video is talking about the Pacers building a super team and their expectations going into this year. Go check that out if you haven't, because we called it months ago. And now they're in the in-season tournament final. This team looks like a legit team that can, I don't know about compete for a championship, but they just knocked off the Bucks and the Celtics, who everyone regards as the top two in the East. I understand.
Will this play in Matt's tiers?
Oh, absolutely. Council's taking notice. These are big games. In-season tournament games matter. But again, we're just here. We're going to talk a little bit about the Pacers season so far. Tyrese's coming out party. He's 23, 3 games ready with 25, 10 and no turnovers this season already. He had 27, 15 no turnovers tonight. Like, it's just unbelievable. Hits the Dame time right in Dame's face. Like, it's just, he's all class, all world. And we're so hyped because we've been on the Tyrese bandwagon for a hot minute now. But Slim, let me get your thoughts on the season so far.
Third televised game.
National.
Televised game. Come on now, nationally televised game. You hear what I'm saying? But shout out to Indiana. Shout out to Tyrese holding it down. Can we say, if not superstar already, superstar in the making? I think the numbers that he's putting up definitely show that, and his support and leading his team. Like we said, beating the Boston Celtics, beating the Milwaukee Bucks, the number 1 and 2 seed in the East. I can't wait until they play. In my prediction, maybe the New Orleans Pelicans. We're gonna see later on tonight, Zion versus LeBron. You know, BI. New Orleans got
game.
Straight hoopers. You feel me? So, I'm excited to see those. You know, maybe we get to see those too. But definitely would like to see the Indiana Pacers against the Minnesota Timberwolves. But
good game.
Shout out to Nimbard hooping.
He had a good stretch this game too.
Straight hooping. Shout out to Buddy Hield. Man, shout out to Obi topping it, holding it down. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Bruce Brown.
Shout out Brucey B.
Aaron Nesmith balled out today.
Hey, and just as much as we've been talked about Herb Jones, I was gonna bring up that boy tonight. That boy 2-3 can really hold it down on the defensive end. You feel me?
Absolutely.
And I'm a big fan of their squad. You see me, grew up playing NBA ballers, you know, Jermaine O'Neal. You feel me? So we back with it. This is TOT. Thank you for tuning in. Like, follow, comment, subscribe. Show your mom, show your auntie. Finn, what you got to say?
Whoa, slow down, gang. If you're liking this content here, I really appreciate it if you'd like, comment, and subscribe. It's free. It takes 0 seconds. I make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to all the creators I like watching because I know it makes a huge difference for them, just like it makes for us. Stick with us. TOT Faithful, we love you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out more videos. If you go back to the videos around Thanksgiving time last year, we said, Tyrese, you're looking at modern-day Magic Johnson live, unraveling in front of your face. And we're going to clip that and put it on TikTok, so make sure you go check that out. But, like, this guy is unbelievable. Unconventional jump shot, for sure. Really knows how to get space. Really knows how to get to his spots. Oh, that shit goes – dude, it's like a putting stroke. It's just got to go in. But, yeah, gets to his spots. He doesn't need much separation to get it off, which is wild with how it looks. Love to see his pops out there repping the straight Tyrese first name jersey. First name jerseys are hard.
Very tough.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, I cut you off. But
I only have one more thing, dude.
Go ahead.
He takes them deep threes.
He does. You know
how I feel about those deep threes is those bombs away.
It's Finn's signature. No, but when we going into the season, we did our top 50 players ranking. Go check that video out. It's a great video, one of our best on the channel. But we had Tyrese in that same kind of tier point guard as a Darius Garland, Trae Young, De'Aaron Fox. I think he's eclipsed all of that. I'm ready to put him in the same tier as a Shea.
Second best point guard in the league.
Third, but I think he's third. Steph and Luka. Fuck
all that.
They don't. Neither of them guard, and Luka gives you everything. So
I don't know.
I'll take Luka.
Tyrese, I said this in the chat the other day, bro. This is what I said was going to happen when they played the Celtics. Tatum gives me vibes like when he did that. This one's for you, the Kobe thing, and like he's just like a little like I don't know. Nah, it's not like that. If he in a pregame interview was like, I guarantee we win tonight, I don't know if I would take his word for it. If Tyrese is in like a pregame interview and he looks locked in and he's like looking at the reporter, he's like, I guarantee you we win tonight. That kid wins games. Like that kid, he's controlling the refs. He's dictating the pace. They switched to zone on them in the second quarter. He was, what's it called?
Finding the guy on the weak side, having Bruce Brown had a couple buckets on it. They drove,
but also just running the whole offense. As soon as it switches zone, he pulls it out. He's resetting everybody. Like he's dictating everything that they do. That's what, you know what I'm saying about that, Slim, though? Like I love Tatum. Tatum's got a great game on him.
Love Tatum.
But like that little different that like I feel
you
like
know what I got to say about that? Just the way that I said ain't shit funny, and I said a lot of folks don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Talking about CT Cam Thomas from for the Brooklyn Nets, if you don't know. He said, ain't shit funny. He said, why you ain't smiling? He wants to win. He's one of those cats that wants to get out there and will leave it all out on the floor. Tyrese is that same guy. And when he said, I'm sick of losing,
that's what I'm saying.
That boy meant it, and he's showing y'all what he actually means by that. And he's showing up.
He backs up his talk.
I love the way that when he inbounds the ball, Obi's already running. Obi-Wan
Obi's a great fit
already running. I don't know if he's number 1 anymore, but
I think he is still.
Tight. He's already up, and Tyrese is going. Even the
that
Benedict Mathurin, shout out to Ben holding it down. You know what I'm saying? We talked about Ben last year going against LeBron and saying, I ain't scared of him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about Buddy, and that's why I think that Rick Carlisle is doing a great job by the Indiana Pacers, leading the league in pace, leading the league in offensive scoring, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Everything offense, the Pacers are first. Everything offense, they're first. And I think what we got to see tonight is, yes, we always knew that they could put the ball in the basket this season so far. We're through 25-ish games, 22 games. We always knew that they could put the ball in the basket. It's just about, is this team going to, one, be able to execute down the stretch against teams that have done it in the playoffs? We've seen it in 2 games in a row now. Tyrese has outplayed the best players in the NBA down the stretch. And we also saw timely stops. Like, if you can be the best offense in the NBA, score the most points ever. They're averaging the most points ever right now. If you can do that while also down the stretch, you need to get a string together 2-3 stops in a row, and you get buckets on the other end. That is what makes you a really, really good team. That was kind of what I felt like the Kings' downfall was last year. They were so good offensively, but they didn't have the defensive capabilities to just like, okay, I need to stop Steph Curry for this play. I need to stop whoever for this play. And they just don't have it. The Pacers have a couple guys that are willing to defend. It's not showing because as a team, they're not a good defensive team. Buddy Hield's not the best defender. Tyrese is not the best defender. Miles Turner's not the best defender. He's a good shot blocker, but
he's a great help defender.
Shout out to Aaron Nesmith. And let's clap it up for the little ninja, TJ McConnell. You know what I'm saying? Because that boy feels holding it down and showing you, I'm gonna crash the glass, even though I'm a little guy. I'm gonna get the I'm gonna get the put back, and we're gonna continue to keep it going. And I love that energy coming from those guys. And I think that their pace on offense is gonna translate to structure on defense. I think they're gonna be more adamant on continuing to work on their defense, even though that they have such a great offense and it worked for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the advantage, there's an advantage and a disadvantage to everything when you do it in the NBA. But the advantage of the 7-second offense, which is what they run, which is where you try and get a shot attempt up in the first 7 seconds if a decent one's there, and you try and get as many up as possible, similar to what D'Antoni did with Harden, kind of thing. If you can do that, you're not going to defend as well because there's just more possessions you have to defend. It's just as simple as that. Like, your defense is never going to be top 10 if you have a 7-second offense. You just won't. It's impossible. So I think teams that play with the slower pace, that benefits them. Absolutely. But if you can go and lock down and say, okay, I'm going to hold you to 22 this quarter and I'm going to score 35. That's the kind of stuff that you need to be able to do. And I think down the stretch, the Pacers showed, especially in this Bucks game, that we can get stops and we don't have to just try and outshoot you, kind of what they did in Boston. They kind of just outshot them. But man, this team, it scares me. They kicked the Cavs ass twice already.
We haven't seen them.
Whoop the A for real.
And like,
we'll hold it down for TOT.
Yeah, I mean, this team, I don't know if I'm ready to. We can go into expectations and wrap this up. I don't know if my expectations for them is at maximum a second round. I think at a maximum. And I love this team. And don't get me wrong, I think they could surprise some people. But a 7-game series is very different than a one and done. These guys are all young. They all just played in college. They understand how the tournament style of things work. You play the one game, you win, you go. 7-game series, teams can make adjustments throughout the games, and I think that's different than just the in-season tournament. But I think this experience is great for them in general. Like, I think this gives them that second round. Going into this, if they didn't win these last 2 games, I don't know if I would have given them second round max. I think, but now you have some experience of a playoff-like atmosphere. Like, that game versus Boston, that arena was jumping.
Oh, it's jumping, dude.
Jumping. And I'm just excited for the rest of the season to watch. They're my favorite team to watch ahead of the Cavs. They're unbelievable.
Shout out Benedict Mathurin. Shout out Miles Turner real quick. Get it off my chest. I think they're a second round exit that can make noise. They can upset somebody.
Big
I don't
time.
know. You
Big
could
time.
see you could see them, bro, low key sneaking out of that second round. I don't know about winning all those games. I know it's a totally different thing. But I'm just confident with that kid, bro. I don't know. Sombo, like the way he talks. I don't know.
I love Tyrese. I just don't think they have the size to win in the 7-game series versus the Eastern Conference. I think they match up best against Boston. I think that's the easiest matchup. But I do think Boston is the best team. If you want to go for them to make the conference finals, I think Boston they match up with the best because of the lack of post presence. But like, I understand they just beat the Bucks, but in a 7-game series, having Giannis coming down your neck,
Brooke is wearing him down too.
like all over the course of a 7-game series, that's gonna take a toll on you. And I think that would be where the Pacers kind of get tough, and Embiid would destroy Miles Turner.
Yeah, he would kill him.
So like,
they can't guard the Pacers though, so I don't know.
True, but the Pacers can't guard anyone either. It was Giannis had 3 layups all night. He shot 12 of 18 and dropped 37 or 35. Like, it's a weird dilemma. I think they guard wings pretty well, but they have trouble guarding bigs. And I think if they can somehow get that solved, if they can get like a bigger backup 5 that's like strong, like an Andre Drummond or someone. I know I don't like Andre Drummond at all, but like that kind of player build, I think that would benefit them a lot if they can snag one of those guys during the trade deadline or someone gets cut or I don't know. I think that's the one move. That's the one move I would make. But I mean, you got everything you need in Tyrese, to be honest. Like you have your guy, now you can build. And the Bruce Brown and Obi Toppin moves were great moves. Great moves. You bring
they're really well constructed. They're a good model to follow for young teams. They're well constructed.
100.
Yeah, you got your young guy. You got your point guard of the future. You signed a couple 2 veteran-ish guys. One
forget about Benedict.
Huh?
Stop putting disrespect on my boy Mathurin, dude.
He's young. He's gonna have his time. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying right now,
Benedict 35 any given night right now.
Could absolutely.
Will he though? To me,
I like his game.
I like the second round exit pick, but let's take into consideration last season we saw an 8 seed make it to the finals against the Denver Nuggets. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the Miami Heat. So let's not be so quick to. I know we're not discrediting Indiana, but let's not be afraid to give them that boost and maybe even push it to Eastern Conference Finals. But there's definitely a probability. Shout out to Rick Carlisle, because their defense isn't the best. I heard tonight, going against the Milwaukee Bucks, they said, we'll take the 2s. And I think that's how they approach every team. We just don't want you shooting 3s, trying to keep up with us just because that is our game. They shoot well from the perimeter, having Buddy Hield, having Tyrese Haliburton.
They didn't even shoot that well from the perimeter today, which is the crazy thing, and they still won.
You hear me?
I'm going to pull up the number. Keep going.
But I think that's definitely something to think about. They've already beaten the Boston Celtics on multiple occasions this season, and they've beaten the 2nd seed Milwaukee Bucks. And to think that those 2 teams were in the same kind of position last season, and Miami still made it to the finals. Indiana is a better team than Miami. They look better than the Knicks, even though the Knicks would look better on paper.
Knicks are trash.
But Indiana's really showing you. What's up? Go ahead, Matt, if you got the stats up.
Yeah, they shot 7 of 33, 21% tonight, and still dropped 128 points. It's insane.
And that could be Vegas. That could be Vegas. We're not used to playing in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? They're getting the atmosphere. And
was it the Sphere?
Mm-hmm.
It was?
I don't know. I thought it was going into it, but I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest.
Somebody asked me about that earlier. I had no idea.
But no, I mean, like getting 102 shot attempts up, that's the 7-second offense. You look at many other teams in this league. Like if you look for like the 15th rated offensive rating team, they're getting 85, 80 a game. 102 is wild. And neither of these teams can guard. So like it makes sense that there are so many. But still, man, if you can go and beat the Milwaukee Bucks without hitting a ton of threes, the Bucks' game plan is to run you off the line. And they did a good job of it. I'm not going to lie. But Brook Lopez and Giannis had a presence inside. But it wasn't enough because once you run someone off the line, you have to recover. And if you're recovering and you have Brook trying to step up on the guard who's been attacking you all night, Tyrese had like 3-4 layups to start the game. So now you have to play Tyrese. That's when the assist to Miles Turner and Obi Toppin come on lobs or bounce passes. Like that kind of stuff is like, that's just the game within the game. And I think that's where Tyrese is really elevated this season, and doing it without any turnovers is just, it's just
elite.
How many shots did they take?
102.
The Nets, Hawks, and the Sixers all took 92 last night. So that's an
and
extra.
Those games were high scoring.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that's an extra. Dude, 10 shots is unreal.
It's crazy. But yeah, that's the Pacers this season. We're going to definitely check back up on them. We've done so many videos on them just recently because they're the most entertaining team in the NBA right now. Love them. I'm excited to see how their season progresses, and I do not want to see them in the playoffs. But like, comment, subscribe. Go check out the other videos popping up now. Film breakdown from the Pacers Celtics games popping up. I'll probably even do one on the Bucks game too, because why not? But like, comment, subscribe. Peace.